There is news tonight, too, about how the federal government is spending your tax dollars. The parliamentary budget officer, Kevin Page, says it costs Canadians a staggering $43 billion to pay our federal civil servants. He says the costs have risen dramatically in the past decade and will keep rising, calling into question whether the government's plan to cut spending on the civil service will really work. Our report tonight from Mike Couture.
Despite cutting 19,000 jobs in the public service this spring, the parliamentary budget officer says the overall cost of all those bureaucrats is rising. And for the first time in more than a decade, there's a price tag on the federal civil service and how much it costs Canadians.
This is $43 billion a year that's been growing, over the past 10 years at over 7%. Does anybody even know that? I don't think so.
Page says salary, pension, and benefits of a federal worker add up to roughly $114,000 in total compensation. If the trend continues, within 2 years, that number will balloon to more than $132,000 per civil servant. It's an impressive rate, especially compared to the private sector.
If you take out inflation, the last 10 years or so, Canadians' pay has been going up less than 1% a year, sort of 2/3 of 1% a year, whereas for government employees it's been going up 2.5% a year.
Now, the man in charge of belt tightening at the federal level says the PBO's math is off by billions. And Tony Clement contends the numbers could change again in the next few months.
We have not started our next round of bargaining yet with the public sector unions, and I think what I can signal is we take that very seriously, and we understand that we work for the taxpayer and we are there to defend the taxpayer interest.
But Page contends it's also in the taxpayers' interest for government to provide a roadmap for the future.
We actually don't have a year-by-year plan to see, how this rolls out over the next 5 years. So, I think there's still, Parliament is still, missing a lot, and Canadians are missing a lot with respect to that plan.
Page explains he's missing quite a bit of information because the government hasn't exactly been forthcoming with all of the documents he's asked for. So the PBO has had to go to court, and they're hoping that a judge will force Cabinet to hand over all of those spending plans. Donna?
Mike, thanks.